All right, so today we're gonna go and venture out to Lynden, Washington. Today especially, they have the Raspberry Festival. We're running a little bit behind because as any parents know, trying to get a kid in the car takes a little longer than expected, but we're gonna go check out Raspberry Festival and what Lynden and the whole city has to offer. Hey, let's get in the car. Here we go. Let's unlock the car. We're in the I do it stage. Come on, baby, let's get in the car.
A few moments later.
And we're in. Let's go to Lynden. Now, for those of you that don't know, my wife Jasmin, not only is she a realtor, but she's actually from Lynden. So she's gonna tell us everything you need to know about Lynden.
Lynden is a nice kind of smaller community to Whatcom County as opposed to like Bellingham, for instance. It's definitely grown a lot more throughout the years. A lot more people have come in just from out of the area. It used to be a lot smaller when I was growing up. But one thing I know that a lot of people like is that it is a little bit smaller, and there's only 2 school districts. There's the private school district, Lynden Christian, and then there's just Lynden Public. And we all funnel through one school system. So if you want kind of that like smaller town feel, it's definitely probably a better fit. It's right on the Canadian border. So if you ever want to go to Canada, it's literally you just drive across the border. Some things in Canada are closer than actually going to Bellingham, depending on what you're doing. There's also a lot more farmland, as you can probably see next to me.
Is there a cow? Where? As you can tell, our daughter screaming for cows.
Yeah, lots of more farmland, more county, but definitely like downtown Lynden is very dense. It's just kind of a place that you can let your kids run in the streets and you don't really have to worry about them too much. You know, Bellingham's just different. It's just bigger too. There's a lot of like local parks that are really centralized. So depending on where you live, it's a pretty short bike ride for kids or a quick drive. There's a lot of really good youth sports in Lynden. They also have the most churches per capita out of any city in the US. They're in the Guinness Book of World Records for that. Honestly, just in kind of a nice, quiet, small town. There's only 1 grocery store, which is kind of an issue. Well, there's 2 now, but you know, so it's just a smaller community feel, and a lot of people live in Lynden and work in Bellingham. The commute's only about 20 minutes. It's not very far at all. So we're going to the Raspberry Festival, which is a Lynden-only event that has a 3-on-3 tournament, and then just lots of local like vendors. And Lynden's also known for a lot of our berries. There's more cows. I know, lots of cows in Lynden. So there's tons of berry farms in Lynden. A lot of the berries that you actually buy at like Costco are actually picked in Lynden at a lot of our farms. This is the Raspberry Festival, so like Barbie's berries, for instance, or Shumway's berries. There's lots of different berry farms around here. We're really well known for our berries. You can get really good berries for really inexpensive.
All right guys, so we just got done with the Raz Fest and we're here at Avenue Bread, which is one of my personal favorite lunch spots. They have a couple of different locations, one in Bellingham and Ferndale, but this one here in Lynden by far tops it off. I think their menu is a little bit larger and the area, just the building itself is way nicer, really cool vibe, and it's pretty busy usually most of the time. But I want to talk a little bit more about kind of the things to do here in Lynden. If you guys don't know, Lynden is a big Dutch community. It was really founded in the 1800s and the early 1900s. A big Dutch community started moving in. But when you walk downtown, you're actually gonna have a big feeling of it being like this really cute, quaint Dutch vibe. It's kind of like when you go to Leavenworth and you get the Bavarian style, German style. It's not as grand and as out there, but here you will have that, and they actually get quite a few tourists every single year that come and just check out the city because of the history and because it was a big Dutch community, and it still is. The Lynden Fair is pretty big. A lot of people from all over the state really come to the Lynden Fair. Really big attraction for kids and adults. You have a lot of farm animals, a lot of cow shows, a lot of horse shows. Of course, you're gonna have a lot of the rides for the kids and for the adults. They have pretty big headliners every single year. Old Dominion came 2 years ago, Big and Rich, Chase Rice. We even have Flo Rida, and we had Nelly that came last year that Jasmin and I went to, and it was pretty wild. So now some of these were huge back in the 2000s, but Old Dominion is still rather large, so they get some pretty big headliners. As I'm sitting here eating lunch, I asked some ladies that were sitting behind me what they loved about Lynden, and that they just love that it's really community-based. Everybody kind of cares for each other, and though sometimes Lynden gets a bad rap on the outside of the city, inside, if you're living in Lynden, everybody just watches out for everybody. It's a small community, about 15,000 people. Back in like 2005, I think there was only maybe 10,000 people, so it has grown quite a bit. But anyways, guys, just want to show you one of our great spots that we go here. So if you're in Lynden, downtown, Avenue Bread's a great spot. Obviously, there's a lot of really good spots here. A lot of boutiques here. Go to Overflow Taps, they're great. The owner, Jesse, is phenomenal. But just wanted to show you a little bit of what downtown looks like. But next, we're gonna go take a look on the east side of Lynden, take a look at a house, new construction, and we'll give you guys kind of a tour of what a new construction home will look like and what you guys can buy on the east side of Lynden. So Jasmin pretty much has explained a lot about what happens in Lynden or what's going on with Lynden, but I want to show you a couple neighborhoods. And Lynden is split up pretty much right down the Hannigan a little bit. So on the east side, you're gonna have a lot of new construction, where on the west side, you're gonna have more of that older charm sort of Lynden. So we're gonna leave downtown. We're gonna go show you a brand new house over on the east side of Lynden on Lagerwey. So let's go check it out. All right, everyone, welcome to the east side of Lynden. East side of Lynden used to be a whole bunch of farmland. A lot of developers a couple years back came and bought a lot of it. And they started creating a lot of these subdivisions, and this is Lagerwey Circle. In this one here, you can find homes between 500,000 all the way up to $1 million. This one right now, we're at 2156 Lagerwey Circle. 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3,300 square feet. Nice, big, modern, open, nothing behind you. But before we take a look inside, I am a local realtor here in Lynden and in the surrounding areas. So I get phone calls, text messages, and emails from people just like you that are looking to move here and buy a house, whether it's in Bellingham or any surrounding areas. So if you're looking to buy a house here in our area, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. We have you covered day or night. But for now, let's go take a look inside and we'll see you next time.